Wait a sec. What is going on, guys? MJ2005 Gunham here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the high-grade premium Bandai EZSR Foxhound from what the box states, from Gundam Build Fighters Try. This is basically the combination of all three EZSR variants. So there was another variant that was released for like a Hobby Shop special. It is the EZSR Maxima. So this guy is basically a red version of the EZSR Maxima with a different head. That's it. So if you guys have the EZSR Maxima in your collection, this is definitely no different experience. But I should say, I prefer the blue over the red, but it is possible to make the EZSR Maxima with all of the shit that is in this kit. More on that later. Now on the looks itself, I like the red color scheme and most of all the head, but I'm still kind of on the fence on the head just because it is the Shadow Phantom head, and the Shadow Phantom does not have dual eyes while it has a Gundam snout. Well, this, it technically has twin eyes because of the lime green stickers on the sides over here, and it's still on the fence for me. Now, all the rest of this kit is basically from the EZSR, so there is no difference whatsoever. I like the grounded military elements of it, especially of the rugged like knee armor, and it's basically retaining all of the EZ8's aspects and just amplifying them through the customization of Gunpla. And I like the backpack, although it is a pain in the ass to make it pose on the ground with the backpack due to it being a huge weight issue. I still like it. I like the radome pack all on its own, but yeah, just to have the regular EZSR and having the regular backpack on, it just feels too generic. But the Shadow Phantom has this thing, which makes it just basically shine from all the other two variants. And now we have the culmination of the three, and then you get to put the radome pack on, which I absolutely like. And also like the these high-powered thrusters, these trapezium-shaped thrusters, which differs a lot from the circular thrusters that we usually get. All in all, this guy looks pretty good. Now for stickers, which is gonna be a pain to explain because there is a ton of stickers. Now, first things first, these black spots and these black knuckles are not stickers. They do not even include stickers for that. I painted that with a black Gundam marker, so you can see some mishaps over here, but in my opinion, it's still better than having a red electromagnetic knuckle. So for stickers, you have all the lime green on the head, you have the Yajima symbol over here, you have the gray one over here, which you need to poke these things through, and then you have the I don't know, white ones over here. It's like a very pale purple, which needs to fold over angled surfaces, and a lot of them. And I bought this thing for over a month, and now it's starting to peel off all on its own, which is a crappy design. I don't know why they went for that, but yeah, you could just basically leave them out and just paint them in yourself if you do not want to encounter that issue. And then you have a red stripe on the shoulder over here, and then you have the red stripe over here. And then you have the white over on here on the front skirts, the black on the side skirts, which are just as bad as the chest stickers. You need to fold the surface over this tiny gap. So even the tiniest of forceps or tweezers, if you call it that, cannot really just help you safely in these situations, which is kind of a bummer. But all in all, if you look at it from afar, it doesn't really look anything bad. But yeah, you need to really get a tiny pen in there if you want to paint that in. So it's still going to be a thorny road whether you put on the stickers or paint it. So yeah, decide on your own. I really cannot weigh which is better in this situation. And then you have a white one over here, which you do have a second one for the second piece of knee armor, just like if you want to build the EZSR1 Intruder, which is definitely an option. And then onto the backpack, you have all the lime green over here, and yeah, I forgot, lime green sticker on the back of the head, all the lime green sensors over here, and then the silver on the radome unit, and then the black over here, which definitely a lot of stickers that make up the detail on this guy, which for one, I cannot blame them, but at the same time, these could definitely go for black pieces. But all in all, the stickers are a hefty amount, but they do bring out all the details, so if you're a lazy builder like me, you can definitely go for the stickers and just be satisfied with a straight build. And of course, this guy has extreme back issues, as I did say. So for the articulation of this guy, it's on those old polycaps. So first of all, the head is on the old double polycaps, so you can just bob about to the chicken neck. And then the arms, I'm gonna take off this thing just to demonstrate the articulation. So the arms, they can rotate, but the shoulder piece will hit the backpack if you rotate it straight. So if you use the pop out joint from the polycap, you could definitely rotate it while avoiding all of those issues. And then the arms can go out that far whether or not anything is attached to the shoulder. They can rotate about the elbow, bend at the elbow at 2 joints, which is a pretty decent 135, a ball jointed wrist, double ball joint stomach and waist, so you can do rotations, crunches, all that kind of stuff. The front skirts can move, side skirts can move, back skirts are as usual a block. The legs can go forward and back separate from the waist, and they can go forwards. It's better to bend the knee and then rotate it instead of just rotating it to the front, just because you can get more articulation from that, which basically makes it almost perpendicular to the body. Go back a little bit, go out almost all the way, rotate at the thigh, double jointed knee, and then the knee armor, the front knee armor can move up and down. The back knee armor is connected on a ball joint, which is basically the ball joint that the 00 Gundam uses for the side skirts. So it is going to fall off if you're not careful. And then the feet can go forwards and back, side to side, rotate, and then the toe over here can move up. And then to the backpack, which has a lot of articulation. As you can see right now, the binder pieces can move over here. They can move individually if you grip the joints over here, and then you can just adjust the thrusters. These joints can move, like there's a hinge over here, so that they can definitely be posed on their own. So the assembly can move up, and then the bottom assembly can move up and down, and then these individual thrusters can move individually. So definitely quite a bit of articulation to pull off the poses that you want, especially when you consider that the EZ8 is the ground suit, so as the other variants. Now this is where the video gets pretty damn long, just because this is where I show off all of these accessories. So first of all, what is on the body? The electromagnetic knuckle, or the EMK as I like to call it. So these are basically standard electromagnetic knuckles. They are pretty loose when you mounted it on the arm. You can go without it, it doesn't look as bad. But then right now I really need some mechanical help just to get this piece out of there. There we go. What you basically need to do is to rotate it towards the front so that the minus symbol isn't closer to the wrist, and then reconnect the entire gauntlet. And now you have the electromagnetic knuckle deployed, which is pretty good looking. And then of course you have the missile pod on the top over here. I need the stand just so I do not need to face the weight issues and make it a pain for myself. And then you have the short barrel beam rifle, or just the beam rifle. Because yeah, you have the this barrel over here, and obviously I put the trigger finger on, and then you can switch it out for the I don't know, this is the real short barrel over here. And then yeah, I cannot take it off. And then there is a third way of assembling the damn thing, which involves the original rifle over here. The barrel of the rifle, you just basically stick it in and then close it back up. So I'm not going to close it in all the way just because I do not want to make myself troubled. So this is basically what it would look like, except for the gigantic C9 in the middle. So obviously I'm going to definitely go for the custom barrel. And yeah, you do have a lime green sticker for the scope. And it basically has a peg on the side of the handle, which allows you to peg the rifle into the palm of the trigger finger hand, with the trigger finger wrapping around the trigger. And there you have it. I do not know why my trigger finger hand is so damn loose in the arm, but it would definitely look pretty good. And then you have the cannon right here, which is basically the shoulder cannon that the EZ-SR2 used. I forgot the name of the EZ-SR2. So yeah, this is just basically the cannon. Now this time it is mounted on one of the EMKs, which make it a whole lot worse just because the rifle has weight and the extra weight does mean that there is a slightly less chance of the EMK staying on the arm, but nevertheless it does have a joint over here, so yeah, it can also rotate. Then you have a cannon on top of you wielding the beam rifle, which is definitely good. And then you have the shield unit. Now, the shield unit has a lime green sticker for the radome sensor, and yeah, it's just basically and then the Yajima logo on the shield as a sticker. So it basically connects into the other arm like so with the connector. But then if you do not want the shield, you can definitely switch it out for the beam saber pods. So basically you can connect that onto the EMKs, and then you can take the beam sabers out. So you may need some mechanical help in bringing out the beam sabers. So there we go, there's one off. And then you do get two clear pale pink beams, so that you can basically have the beam sabers activated. So that is all the accessories for the EZSR Foxhound. So for the leftover parts, I'm going by the order that the plates are in the box. So from top to bottom, no particular order for the leftover parts. So for the C2 plate, you have this and thrusters. For the G1 plate, you have these, an adapter of sorts, this and this. I really have not built the EZSR, so I really do not know what most of these are. For the E1 plate, you have the new front skirts, the original Shadow Phantom helmet, you have the GM head, this, the original knee armor for the EZSR1 intruder. Then I think this is the original shoulder armor. I'm not sure. For A2 plate, you have a lot of leftover parts from the EZ8. For the H1 plate, you're supposed to have a V-fin, but I took the liberty of it and took a few more parts and then built this head, which is definitely up to my tastes. So yep, you can definitely recreate the EZSR Maxima. A1 plate, a lot of parts from the not the EZSR, the EZ8. And of course you have the original Gundam face. G2, same thing over here, which is one piece. C1, you have machine guns and thrusters. So a lot more weapons to add to your arsenal. And then you have the E2 plate, shoulder armor, I don't know what this is, and thrusters. And then of course you have the leftover polycaps. So definitely a lot, and I mean a lot of leftover parts from this thing. You only get like technically one new plate unique to the EZSR Foxhound. The rest of it is basically for the EZSR Maxima, the EZSR, and the EZ8. So yeah, definitely a lot of customization possibilities for the EZSR Foxhound right here. For comparisons, let me bring in the original militarized Gundam, the local American type, which I think this is still a grounded Gundam, not until the RX-7802 is developed. So yeah, without the decals, this thing looks a bit bland, but then again, this is a test suit built in a lab, so yeah, you could definitely forego the decals or make your own. And then just for the sake of it, why not my custom colored GM, which I built last year in the modeling club in school. Yep, a lot of you guys are gonna grow envious of me that I have a modeling club at school. So that's basically it for the EZSR Foxhound. What do I think of this? Does this deserve the P-Bandai tag? I mean, the EZSR Maxima was P-Bandai, but then this guy, I do not know. This guy is hovering about the middle ground between deserving and not deserving. Just because this is a combination of all the three EZSR variants, which makes it probably deserving of P-Bandai. However, the amount of loose parts that we get from the EZSR is translated over to this guy, which basically means that the electromagnetic knuckles is going to be loose, and a lot of loose parts on this kit, which requires more effort than I really want to put in for a kit. Not to mention that I paid 200 Hong Kong dollars for this thing. So it's definitely like understandard. Ultimately, I do not think that this guy in general deserves the P-Bandai tag. Despite that, this is a pretty under average kit, just because even though you have a ton of accessories that you probably could mount on all at once, the loose parts are definitely turning me off from this thing. So I would say that this thing is an under average kit, unless you are willing to put in the extra effort to make everything stick together and comfortably usable. Like, you can use the electromagnetic knuckles without worrying of every single part falling over and out, then you could go for this kit. But if you are not willing to put up with it, then I'm sorry, this kit is not for you. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more Gunpla reviews, Gunpla news, and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the featured channels on my channel page if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.